Hey everyone, it's Kenya, Buck in Brooklyn. We're going for a walk today. We are at the Bear Butte Lake and it is a chilly day. So come for a walk with us, okay? Come on, Brooklyn. Let's go get Buck. Come on. So I've been thinking about telling you guys about my health history. I know I've talked about it on these videos before, but I have never really told about everything that's gone on with me. So in 1992, I got really sick, and my doctors diagnosed me with everything from asthma to asthma, pneumonia, bronchitis, all that stuff. And a year and a half later, it turned out to be congestive heart failure. So I was diagnosed like a week before my birthday, which is September 22nd, and I had a heart transplant on March 23rd of 1994. So I had to spend, Buck's talking over there, so I had to spend 4 months in Rochester, because Rochester keeps you there for 3 months, but my one doctor didn't want me to go for another month because he's just a very caring doctor, and he wasn't sure if I could make it at home. So I promised him that I would come back in a couple of weeks, but I was so homesick and stuff. So I went home. A couple of weeks later, I went back, and in October, I got really sick. Buck is trying to find something over there. Brooklyn's just watching, carrying her ball. Anyways, I got really sick, and my donor had this virus that stays with you all the time, and there's Buck. And I never had that virus. So, where is he? Buck! There you are. And so, since I never had the virus, and my donor did, I unfortunately got sick. So then, not real sure of the timing, but it was after Thanksgiving. My mom and I went back to Rochester the day after Thanksgiving, that Friday, and I was put in the hospital, and I had a stroke. I had a major stroke, and I only remember like little seconds of what happened and stuff. I remember my one doctor taking me for a walk and asking me if I ever threw up. And when I first went to Mayo, I had stomach issues. And so when he asked me, had I ever thrown up, I said, yeah, and they thought that I was making myself throw up. So the next thing I know, I'm in Generos, which is the mental ward. And it was after my stroke, but it was right after my stroke, so I wasn't real sure what was happening. And when I finally started to realize where I was, why I was there, and that kind of stuff, I was angry. I was very angry because I wasn't bulimic. I had had a stroke. And so I had met with a whole bunch of doctors, nurses, techs, my mom, my coordinator, my social worker, and all that. And I told them, I said, I had a stroke. I'm not bulimic. And I told my social worker that I never wanted her to be my social worker again, because when I was sick and right before my stroke, she had told my mom to leave and go to the mall or something, because my mom couldn't stay in the room all day long. And then right after after my mom left, I had the stroke. So when my mom came back, she thought I died because they were cleaning my room. And that put so much stress on my mom and stuff. Come on, Buck! That put so much stress on my mom, so I was very angry. I was so angry. And I told her I never wanted her, I didn't want her working on my case. And I told my doctors that they needed to look into my background. Come on, baby girl! That the very first day I was there, I told them about my stomach issues and all that. So I got out of Generous. And I went home and then I started rejecting so much that I had to have radiation, 10 doses of radiation to stop me from... No, Buck! Get over here! Come on, let's go back! Come on! Come on, let's go back! Anyway, so I had to have 10 doses of radiation to stop me from rejecting. And during that time period, it wasn't anybody's fault, but I had 6 doses. Get over here, Buck! Get over here! Brooklyn, you too. Come on! There's cars. Go! Come on, Brooklyn! Anyways, I had to have 10 doses of radiation. I had 6. I stopped rejecting for about a month and a half. And then I started rejecting again, so they gave me the last 4. Well, when I had to have the last 4, they had gotten rid of my plates to cover my ovaries and all those things. And so they just gassed. And they torched my ovaries a little bit. So I went into premature menopause for 9 months. Nobody's fault. They didn't think that I was going to have any more radiation. So then after that, things kind of went good for me. I still had a little bit of radiation or rejection, but it wasn't that much. It's graded from 1A, 1B all the way to 4. And so, Buck, you can't go on the road. Cars are coming. I know you want to go over on the road, but it's a no-no. So I was usually like a 1A. Can you find it? Come on. Brooklyn's over here looking. So I was usually like a 1A. So my doctors were happy with that, and I was happy also. So then the next thing happened. I went back to school in 2002, 2001, 2001. Come on, Buck! And I was there on 9/11, and my second year of college, I had gastric bypass. And that has gone fantastic. I had to go through 9 months of counseling to figure out why I ate. And I've kept the weight off. I've actually lost a little bit too much weight, but I am happy where I'm at. Then in 2010, I get a gastric bypass, and then in 2010, I had a hysterectomy. Come on, Brooklyn. And the reason why I needed my hysterectomy was because I had 62 non-cancerous tumors on my ovaries. Come on, baby girl. And that was really messing with my periods. And I had told the doctors, just take everything because I never wanted kids. I don't want the periods anymore because my periods were awful. And come on, baby girl. And so they did. And I've been happy with that ever since because my periods gave me migraines and stuff like that. So that was done. Then in 2016, I was curling my hair in July and I burned my neck. And that's when the cancer started. So I waited so long to have it looked at. In fact, I had it done in July and I didn't have it looked at until the following April because I wanted to go back to Mayo because I didn't really trust anybody in Rapid City. So I went back to Mayo in, I believe, March or April. Come on, baby girl. Come on. Come on. Baby girl. Come on. Come on, baby girl. Brooklyn. Come on, Brooklyn. So I went back to Mayo, and in December, I had a TIA, which is a small mini stroke. And so I was really concerned about that. Not concerned about my neck, but I had asked my nurse practitioner if she could just look at it. And she said, that's melanoma. You need to get to the cancer doctor right now. So my TIA was kind of put on the back burner. And so then I went to the cancer doctor. They removed it. And we were about 100 miles from home. And they called and they said they didn't get it all. And I needed major surgery. So we turned around. I went home, made arrangements for my stepson, made arrangements at work and everything, and then went back to Mayo and had the major surgery. Then in 2017, I got colitis, eosinophilic colitis. Now that is the absolute worst thing that has happened to me in the 31 years I've been dealing with medical. I would never want anybody to have colitis. I lost 10 pounds. I weighed 102 and I got down to 92 pounds. And I was literally on the verge of dying. My doctor said to me when I walked in there, he said, 2 things. Why aren't you, or he said, how did you get up here and why aren't you in a coffin? And I said, I walked up here and I don't want to be in the coffin. Why? My levels were so low that I was on the verge of having a heart attack, which I wouldn't have felt because my nerves have been cut because of the transplant. But I probably would have died. So I went to infusion, got filled up with all the stuff that I was missing, and then went and had a colonoscopy done, and found out I have eosinophilic colitis. So they put me on medication, and for the rest of my life for that. And then I've just been dealing with a ton of skin cancer. So the neck cancer triggered something, and I've had 79 Mohs procedures since 2016. I've had practically every part of my body frozen with nitro, what is it? Come on, baby girl. With the, whatever it is, a really cold spray. I've had wide incisions. Hundreds of biopsies. Come on, baby girl. I've had parts of my tattoos removed. it's been crazy. So that's basically what I've been dealing with now and stuff. So yeah, that's just kind of a 31-year glimpse in my medical life. The Mayo Clinic has taught me so much about how to research cures and diagnoses and all that stuff. They taught me how to handle stuff. They had me speak to other transplant patients. I've done many trials for stuff, and so yeah, it's. My mother says that if she was given that, told that she had cancer, she'd be a mess. And she said she doesn't know how I handle it. Well, 31 years of handling all different kind of medical stuff, you know, it doesn't surprise me anymore because I expect, most everything. So yeah, Buck is being a turd over there in Brooklyn. She's been trying to find stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a miserable day. It's raining in the hills, as you can see, over in the southern hills. And then in the northern hills by Sturgis, it was raining when we left, and over that way it was raining also. So it's a chilly day, but my dogs love it. I found a tick on me from yesterday, so I'm watching that because, ticks have Lyme disease, and with my luck, that would be the next thing. So I watched it wash my back with alcohol and rubbing alcohol and stuff, and if I start seeing the signs, I will go rush down to the doctor and get medication. That's what my nephew, my great nephew, he had a tick when he was real young and starting to see the signs, and he was in soccer, and thank goodness a doctor was there and stuff, and told my niece what to do and everything. So yeah. So that is this for today. So I hope that you kind of learned a little bit about my background, and I'll show you Buck in Brooklyn here. There's Brooklyn, and Buck's someplace. Anyways, you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.